Hi, I'm back. I'll be reading chapter 27 of Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. Chapter 27, the Centaurea and the Sneak. I will bet. You, you hadn't given up the Viatation now, don't you? Don't you? Hermione asked, as Parvati smoking. It was breakfast. It was breakfast time. A few days after the sacking of Professor Trelawney and Parvati was curling her eyelashes around her wand, and examining the effect in the back of a spoon they were to have the first lesson with Firenze that morning. Not really, said Hermione indifferently, who was reading the Daily Prophet. I have never really liked horses. She turned a page of the newspaper, scanning its columns. He's not a horse, he's a centaurea, said Lavender, sounding shocked. A gorgeous centaurea, sighed Parvati. Either way, he's still got 4 legs, said Hermione crudely. Anyway, I thought you two were all upset that Trelawney are gone. We all laughed and assured her. We went up to her office to see her. We took her some daffodils, not the honking ones that sprouts got nice ones. How is she? Asked Harry. Not very good, poor thing, said Lavender sympathetically. She she was crying and saying she'd rather leave the castle forever than stay here. But Umbridge is still here, and I don't blame her. Umbridge was horrible to her, wasn't she? Wasn't she? I have got a feeling Umbridge has only started. I got a feeling Umbridge has only just started being horrible, said Hermione darkly. Impossible, said Ron, who was tucking into a large plate of eggs and bacon. She can't get any worse than she's been already. You mark my words, she's going to want revenge on Dumbledore for appointing a new teacher without consulting us, said Hermione, closing the newspaper. Especially another part human. You saw the look on her face when she saw Firenze after breakfast. Hermione departed for her ARITHMANCY class, and Harry and Ron followed Parvati and Lavender into the entrance hall, heading for the Viatation. Aren't we going up to North Tower? Asked Ron, looking puzzled, as Parvati bypassed the marble staircase. Parvati looked scornfully over her shoulder at him. How do you expect Firenze to climb that ladder? We are in classroom 11 now. 11 now. It was on the notice board yesterday. Classroom 11 was situated in the ground floor corridor, leading off the entrance hall on the opposite side to the great hall. Harry knew it to be one of the classrooms that were never used regularly, and that it therefore had the slightly neglected feeling of a cupboard or showroom. when he entered it, right behind Juan, and found himself right in the middle of the forest clearing. He was therefore momentarily stunned. What that the classroom floor had become springy, mossy, and trees were growing out of it. The leafy branches fanned across the ceiling and windows so that the room was full of slanting shafts of soft, dappled green like the students who had already while were sitting on the earthly floor with their backs resting against tree trunks or boulders, arms wrapped around their knees or folded tightly across their chests, looking rather nervous. In the middle of the room, there were no trees stood. Firenze. Harry Potter, he said, holding out a hand when Harry entered ER. Hi, said Harry, shaking hands with the centurion who surveyed him unblinkingly through those astonishing blue eyes, but did not smile. ER, good to see you. Good to see you. And you, said the centurion, inclining his white blonde hair. It was fortunate that we would meet again. Here we noticed that there was the shadow of a hoof shaped bruise on Firenze Potter's chest as he turned to join the rest of the class upon the floor. He saw that they were all looking at him with awe, apparently deeply impressed that he was on speaking terms with Firenze, whom they seemed to find intimidating. When the door was closed and the last student had sat down upon a tree stump beside the waste paper basket, Firenze gestured around the room. Professor Dumbledore has kindly arranged this classroom for us, said Firenze, when everyone has settled down in in imitation of my natural habitat. I would have preferred to teach you in the Forbidden Forest, which was until Monday my home. But this is not possible. Please, sit, said Parvati breathlessly, raising her hand. Why not? We have been in there with Hagrid. We are not frightened. We are not frightened. It is not a question of your bravery, said Firenze, but of my position. I can no longer return to the forest. My heart has banished me. Heart, said Lavender in a confused voice, and Harry knew she was thinking of cows. What? Oh, comprehension dawned on her face. There are more of you, she said, stunned. Did Hagrid breed you like the THESTRALS, Esteem equally? Firenze turned his head very slowly, very. Firenze turned his head very slowly to face Dean, who seemed to realize at once that he had said something very offensive. I didn't, I mean, sorry, he finished in a hushed voice. Centurions are not the servants or playthings of humans, said Firenze quietly. There was a pause. Then Parvati raised her hand again. Please, sir. Please, sir. Why have the other centurions banished you? Because I have agreed to work for Professor Dumbledore, said Firenze. They see this as a betrayal of our kind. Of our kind. Harry remembered how nearly 4 years ago the centurion Bane had shouted at Firenze, following Harry to safety upon his back, calling him a common mule. He wondered whether it had been Bane who had kicked Firenze in the chest. Let us begin, said Firenze. He swished his long Palomino tail, raised his hand toward the leafy cantaloupe overhead, then lowered it slowly, and as he did so, the light in the room dimmed, so that they now seemed to be sitting in a forest clearing by twilight, and stars emerged upon the ceiling. There were O's and gaps, and there were O's and no, there were O's and gaps, and one said audibly, "Blimey, back upon the floor," said Firenze in his calm voice, and absorbed the heavens. Here was written for those who can see the fortune of our races. The fortune of our races. Harry stretched out on his back and gazed upward at the ceiling. A twinkling red star winked at him from overhead. I know that you have learned the names of the planets and the moons in astronomy, said Firenze Potter's calm voice, and that you have mapped the stars' progress through the heavens. Centurions have un, 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 unraveled the mysteries of these movements over centuries. Our findings teach us that the future may be glimpsed in the sky above us. Professor Trelawney did astrology with us, said Parvati excitedly, raising her hand in front of her so that it shook up in the air as she lay on her back. Mars causes accidents and burns and things like that. And when it makes an angle on Saturn like now, she drew a wide angle in the air above her. That means that people need to be extra careful when handling hard things. When handling hard things. That, said Firenze calmly, is human nonsense. Parvati parted his hand, fell limply to her side. Trivial hearts, teeny human accidents, said Firenze as his hooves thundered over the mossy floor. These are of no more significance than the scrolling events to the wide universe, and we are unaffected by planetary movements. Professor T-O-E-L-A-W-N-E-Y, began Pavoda in a hard and indigent voice. Is a human, said F-I-R-E-N-Z-E simply, and is therefore blinkered and fretted by the limitations of your kind. Harry turned his head very slightly to look at P-A-R-V-A-T-I. She looked very offended, as did several other people surrounding her. Sibyllawawney may have seen. I do not know, continued Firenze, and Harry heard the swishing of his tail again as he walked up and down before them. But she wasted her time in the main on the self flattering nonsense humans call fortune telling. I, however, am here to explain the wisdom of centurias, which is impersonal and impartial. We was disguised for the great tides of evil or change that are sometimes marked there. It may take 10 years to be sure of what we are seeing. We are seeing. Firenze pointed to the red star directly above Harry. In the past decade, the indications have been that the wizard kind is living through nothing more than a brief calm between two wars. Mars, bringer, a battle shines brightly above us, suggesting that the fight must break out again soon. How soon centurions may attempt to divine by the burning of certain herbs and leaves, by the observation of fume and by the observation of flume and flame. It was the most unusual lesson Harry had ever attended. They did indeed burn sage and mallow-sweet there on the classroom floor, and Firenze told, told, told them to look for certain shapes and symbols in the future fumes. But he seemed perfectly unconcerned that not one of them could see any other any other signs he described, telling them that humans were hardly ever good at this. That it took centurions years and years to become competent, and finished by telling them that it was foolish to put too much faith in such things anyway, because even centurions sometimes read them wrongly. Read them wrongly. He was nothing like any human teacher Harry had ever had. His priority did not seem to teach them what he knew, but rather to impress upon them that nothing, not even Centurion's knowledge was for proof. He's not very defiant on anything, is he? Said Ron in a low voice, as they put out the mallow-sweet fire. I could do with a few more details about this war we are about to have. Couldn't you? The bell rang right outside the classroom door, and everyone jumped. Harry had completely forgotten that they were still inside the castle, quite quite convinced that he was really in the forest. The class fired out, looking slightly perplexed. Harry and Ron were on the point of following them when Firenze called Harry Potter. A word, please. Harry turned. The Secretarian advanced a little toward him. Ron hesitated. You may. You may stay, Firenze told them, but close the door, please. Ron hastened to obey. Harry Potter, you are a friend of Hagrid's, are you not? Said the Centurion. Yes, said Harry. Then give him a warning from me. His attempt is not working. He would do better to abandon it. His attempt is not working, Harry repeated blankly, and he would do better to abandon it, said Firenze, nodding. I would. I would warn Hagrid myself, but I am banished. It would be unwise for me to go too near the forest now. Hagrid has troubles enough without a Centurion's battle. But what's Hagrid attempting to do? Said Harry nervously. Firenze surveyed Harry impatiently. Hagrid has recently has recently rendered me a great service, said Firenze, and he has long since earned my respect for the cares he shows all living creatures. I shall not betray his secret, but he must be brought to his senses. The attempt is not working. Tell him, Harry Potter. Good day to you. Good day to you. The happiness Harry had felt in the aftermath of the Quibble interview had long since evaporated as the door marched forward into a SQUALLY April. His life seemed to have become one long series of worries and problems again. Umbridge had continued attending all care of magical creatures lesson, so it had been very difficult to deliver. Firenze prefaced his warning to Hagrid. At last, Harry had managed it, but by pretending he had lost his copy of Fantastic Beasts and where to find them, and tumbling back after class one day. When he repeated Firenze Potter's words, Hagrid gazed at him for a moment through his puffy blackened eyes, apparently taken aback. Then he seemed to pull himself together. To pull himself together. Nice bloke, Firenze, he said gruffly, but he don't know what he's talking about on this the attempt coming on fine. Hagrid, what are you up to? Asked Harry seriously. Because you have got to be careful. Umbridge has already sacked TRELAWNEY, and if you ask me, she's on a roll. If you're doing anything you shouldn't be. There's things more important than keeping a job, said Hagrid though his hand shook slightly as he said this, and a basin full of KNARL Droppings crashed to the floor. Don't worry about me, Harry. Just get along now. That's a good lad. That's a good lad. Harry had no choice but to leave Hagrid mopping up the dung all over his floor, but he felt thoroughly dispirited as he trudged back up to the castle. Meanwhile, as the teachers and Hermione persisted in reminding them the OWLs were drawing ever nearer, all the fifth years were suffering from stress to some degree, but but Hannah, ABBOTT, became became the 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 first of the first to receive a calming draught from Madame Puffroy after she burst into tears during her biology and sobbed that she was too stupid to take exams and wanted to leave school now. To leave school now. If it if it if it had not been for the DA lessons, Harry thought he he would have been extremely unhappy. He sometimes felt that he was living for the hours he spent in the room of requirement, working hard but thoroughly enjoying himself, at the same time swelling with pride as he looked around at his fellow DA members and saw how far they had come. Indeed, Harry sometimes wondered how Umbridge was going to react when all the members of the DA received outstanding in their defense against the Dark Arts OWLs. They had finally started work on Patronuses, which everybody had been very keen to practice, though as Harry kept reminding them, produce a Patronus in the middle of a brightly lit classroom when they were not under threat was very different to producing it when confronted by something like a dementor. Oh, don't be such a killjoy, the child brightly, watching Persephone won. So, brightly, watching herself a swan-shaped Patronus soar through the room of requirement during the last lesson before Easter. They are so pretty. They are not supposed to be pretty. They are supposed to protect you, said Harry patiently. What we really need is a big art or something or or something. That's how I learned. I had to conjure a Patronus while the Bogart was pretending to be a Dementor. But that but that would be really scary, said Lavender, who was shooting pucks. A silver vapor out of the end of her wand, and I still can't do it, she added angrily. Neville was having trouble too. His face was screwed up in concentration, but only pepper whips of silver smoke issued from his wand tip. You have got to think of something happy, Harry reminded him. I'm trying, said Neville miserably, who was trying so hard. His round face was actually shining with sweat. Harry, I think I am doing it, yelled Seamus, who had been brought along to his first ever DA meeting by Dean. Look, AH, it's gone, but it was something, but it was definitely something Harry, Hermione's Patronus, a shiny silver otter, was gamboling around her. Around her. They are sort of nice, aren't they? She said, looking at it fondly. The door of the womb of requirements opened and then closed again. Harry looked around to see who would enter, but there did not seem to be anybody there. It was a few moments before he realized that the people close to the door had fallen silent. Next thing he knew, something was tugging at his robe somewhere near the knee. He looked down and saw, to his very great astonishment, Dobie, the house elf, peering up at him from beneath his usual eight hats. Eight hats. "Hi, Dobie," he said. "What are you? What's wrong?" For the elf's eyes were wide with terror and he was shaking. The members of the DA closest to Harry had fallen silent now. Everybody in the room was watching Dobie. The few Patronuses, people, had managed to conquer faded away into silver mist, leaving the room looking much darker than before. Harry Potter saw, squeaked the elf, trembling from head to foot. Harry Potter saw. "Dobie has come to warn you, but the house elves had been warned not to tell." He ran headfirst at the wall. Harry, who had some experience of Dobie's habits of self-discipline, made to seize him, but Dobie merely bounced off the stone cushion by his eight hats. Hermione and a few of the other girls let out squeaks of fear and sympathy. "What's happened, Dobie?" Harry asked, grabbing the elf's teeny arm and holding him away from anything with which he might seek to harness up Harry Potter. She. Dobie hit himself hard on the nose with his free fist. Harry sees that too. "Who's she?" "Dobie." But he thought he knew. Solely. Only one C could induce such fear in Dobie. The elf looked up at him, slightly cross-eyed and mouthing wordishly. "Ambridge?" asked Harry, horrified. Dobie nodded, then tried to bang his head off Harry's knees. Harry held him at bay. "What about her, Dobie?" She hasn't found out about us, about the DA." About the DA. He read the answer on the elf's stricken face, his hands held fast by Harry. The elf tried to kick himself and fell to the floor. "Is she coming?" Harry asked quietly. Dobie let out a howl and began beating his bare feet hard on the floor. "Yes, Harry Potter, yes." Harry straightened up and looked around at the motionless, terrified people gazing at the thrusting elf. "What are you waiting for?" Harry bellowed. "Run!" They all pelted toward the exit at once, forming a scum at the door. Then people burst through. Harry could hear them sprinting along the corridors and hoping they had the sense not to try and make it all the way to their dormitories. It was only 10 to 9. If they just took refuge in the library or the alley, which were both nearby. "Harry, come on," shrieked Hermione from the center of the knot of people, now fighting to get out. He scooped up Dobie, who was still attempting to do himself serious injury, and ran with the elf in his arms to join the back of the crew. "Dobie, this is an order. Get back down to the kitchen with the other elves, and if she asks you whether you to get down to the kitchen with the other elves, and if she asks you whether you warn me, lie and say no," said Harry, "and I forbid you to hurt yourself." he added, dropping the elf as he made it over the threshold at last and slamming the door behind him. Thank you, Harry Potter, squeaked Opie, and he streaked off. Harry glanced left and right. Left and right, the others were all moving so fast that he caught only glimpses of flying heels at either end of the corridor before they vanished. He started to run right. There was a boys' bathroom up ahead. He could pretend he'd been in there all the time. If he could just reach it. Just reach it. AAARGH. Something caught him around the ankle and he fell spectacularly, skidding along on his front for 6 feet before coming to a halt. Someone behind him was laughing. He rolled over onto his back and saw Malfoy concealed in a niche beneath an ugly dragon-shaped vase. Trip, Jinx Potter, he said. Hey, Professor, I have got one. Umbridge came bustling around the far corner, breathless, but wearing a delighted smile. It's him, she said jubilantly. At the sight of Harry on the floor, excellent, Draco, excellent. Oh, very good. 50 points to Slytherin. I would take him from here. Stand up, Potter. Harry got to his feet, glaring at the pair of them. He had never seen Umbridge looking so happy. She seized his arm in a vice-like grip and turned beaming broadly to Malfoy. You hop along and see if you can round up any more than Draco, she said. Tell the others to look in the library. Anybody out? Anybody out? A breath, check the bathrooms. Miss Parkinson can do the girls' ones. Off you go, and you, she added in her softest, most dangerous voice, as Malfoy walked away. You can come with me to the headmaster's office, Potter. They were at the stone gargoyle within minutes. Harry wondered how many of the others had been caught. He thought of one. Miss Weasley would kill him, and of how Hermione would feel if she was expelled before she could take her oath of vows, and it had been Seamus Satan's very first meeting, and never have been getting so good. Whizzing Whizby sang a bridge on the stone gargoyle. Gargoyle jumped aside the wall behind, split open, and they ascended the moving stone staircase. They reached the polished floor with the griffin knocker, but Umbridge did not bother to knock. She strode straight inside, still holding tight to Harry. The office was full of people. Dumbledore was sitting behind his desk, his expression showing the tips of his long fingers together. Professor McGonagall stood wiggily beside him, her face extremely tense. Cornelius Fudge, Minister of Magic, was walking backward and forward on his toes beside the fire, apparently immensely pleased with the situation. King Sley. Shacklebolt, and Zuckerbolt, and a tough-looking wizard Harry did not recognize with very short, weary hair were positioned on either side of the door like guards, and the freckled, bespectacled form of P.C. Weasley hovered excitedly beside the wall, a quill and a heavy scroll of parchment in his hands, apparently posed to take notes. The portraits of old headmasters and mistresses were not, were not, were not shimmering sleep tonight. All of them were watching what was happening below. Lord and Sirius. The Siri entered a few, floated into neighboring brains and whispered alternately into their neighbors' ears. Harry pulled himself free of Umbridge's grasp as the door swung shut behind them. Cornelius Fudge was glaring at him with a kind of vicious satisfaction upon his face. Well, he said. Well. Harry replied with the dirtiest look he could muster. His heart dropped madly inside him, but his brain was oddly cool and clear. He was heading back to Gryffindor Tower, said Umbridge. There was an indecent excitement in her voice, the same colourless pleasure Harry had heard as she watched Professor Trelawney dissolving with misery in the entrance hall. The Malfoy boy cornered him. Did he? Said Fudge, appreciatively. I must remember to tell Lucius. Well, Potter, I expect you know why you are here. Harry fully intended to respond with a definite yes. His mouth had opened, and the word was out for him when he caught sight of Dumbledore's face. Dumbledore was now looking directly at Harry. His eyes were fixed upon a point just over his shoulder. But as Harry stared at him, he shook his head a fraction of an inch to each side. Harry changed direction. Harry changed direction mid-word. Yeah, no. I beg your pardon, said Fudge. No, said Harry firmly. You don't know why you are here. No, I don't, said Harry. Fudge looked inquisitively from Harry to Professor Umbridge. Harry took advantage of his momentary inattention to steal another quick look at Dumbledore, who gave the carpet the teeniest of nods and the shadow of a wink. So, you have no idea, said Fudge, in a voice positively sagging with sarcasm, why Professor Umbridge has brought you to this office? You are not aware that you have broken any school rules. School rules, said Harry. No, all ministry degrees. Amended Fudge angrily. Not that I'm aware of, said Harry blandly. His heart was still hammering very fast. It was almost worth telling these lies towards Fudge's blood pressure rising, but he could not see how on earth he could get away with them. If somebody had tripped up Umbridge about the DA, then he, the leader, might as well. be packing his trunk right now. So what's news to you is it, said Fudge's voice, now thick with anger that an illegal student organization has been discovered within the school. Within the school? Yes, it is, said Harry, hostering an unconvincing look of innocent surprise onto his face. I think Minister said Umbridge shakily from beside him. We might make better progress if I fetch our informant. Informant. Yes, yes, do, said Fudge, nodding. And the glass maliciously at Dumbledore as Umbridge left the room. There's nothing like a good witness. Is there, Dumbledore? Is there, Dumbledore? Dumbledore. Nothing at all, Cornelius, said Dumbledore, gravely inclining his head. There was a wait of several minutes in which nobody looked at each other. Then Harry heard the door open behind them. Umbridge moved past him into the room, gripping by the shoulder Charles, curly-haired friend Marietta, who was hiding her face in her hands. Don't be scared, dear. Don't be frightened, said Professor Umbridge softly, patting her on the back. It's quite all right now. You have done the right thing. The minister is very pleased with you. He will be telling your mother what a good girl you have been. Marietta, Professor's mother, minister. She added, looking up at Fudge, is Madame Egecombe from the Department of Magical Transportation Blue Network office. She's been helping us police the Hogwarts fires, you know. Jolly good, said Fudge heatedly. Like mother, like daughter. Well, come on now, dear. Look up, don't be shy. Let's hear. What? You have got to galloping gargoyles? As Mariette raised his head, Fudge leapt backward in shock, nearly landing himself in the fire. He cursed and stamped on the hem of his clothes, which had started to smoke, and Mariette gave a wail and pulled the neck of her robes right up to her eyes, but not before the whole room had seen that her face was horribly disfigured by a series of close-set purple, Pustules, that had spread across her nose and cheeks to form the word sneak. Never mind the spots now, dear, said Umbridge impatiently. Just take your robes away from your mouth and tell the minister. But Marietta gave another muffled wail and shook her head frantically. Oh, very well, you silly girl, I will tell him, snapped Umbridge. She hitched her sickly smile back onto her face and said, well, Minister, Miss Edgecombe came here came to my office shortly after dinner this evening and told me she had something she wanted to tell me. She said that if I proceeded to a secret room on the 7th floor, sometimes known as the room of requirement, I would find out something to my advantage. To my advantage. I questioned her a little further, and she admitted that there was to be some kind of meeting there. Unfortunately, at that point, the sex she waited impatiently at MARIETTA purposes. Concealed face came into operation. Came into operation, and quite and upon catching sight of her face in my mirror, in my mirror, in my mirror. The girl became too distressed to tell me any more. You tell me any more. Well, now, said Fudge, fixing MARIETTA with what he ever fixing MARIETTA with what he evidently imagined was a kind and fatherly look. It it is very brave of you, my dear, coming to tell Professor Umbridge. You did exactly the right thing. Now will. You tell me what happened at this meeting? What was its purpose? Who was there? Who was there? But MARIETTA would not speak. She merely shook her head again, her eyes wide and fearful. Haven't we got a counter jinx for this? Fudge asked Umbridge impatiently, gesturing at MARIETTA Professor's face, so she can speak freely. I have not yet managed to find one. Umbridge admitted grudgingly, and Harry felt a surge of pride in Hermione's jinxing ability. But it doesn't matter if she won't speak. I can take up the story from here. From here. You will remember, Minister, that I sent you a report back in October. That Potter had met a number of fellow students in the Hogshead in Hogsmeade. And what is your evidence for that? Cut in Professor McGonagall. I have testimony from Willie, WIDDENSHINSMINERVA, who happened to be in the bar at the time. He was heavily bandaged, it is true, but his hearing was quite unimpaired, said Umbridge smugly. He heard every word Potter said, and hastened straight to the school to report to me. Oh, so that's why. He wasn't prosecuted for setting up all those regurgitating toilets, said Professor McGonagall, raising her eyebrows. What an interesting insight into our justice system. Uh, Sight into our justice system. Planet corruption was the portrait of the CORPULENT red-nosed wizard on the wall behind Dumbledore's desk. The ministry did not cut deals with petty criminals in my day. No, sir, they did not. Thank you. FORTESCUE. That would do, said Dumbledore softly. The purpose of Potter's meeting with these students, continued Professor Umbridge, was to persuade them to join an illegal society whose aim was to learn spells and curses the ministry has decided are inappropriate for school age. I think you will find you are wrong there, Dolores," said Dumbledore quietly peering at her over the half moon spectacles perched halfway down his crooked nose. His crooked nose. Harry stared at him. He could not see how Dumbledore was going to talk him out of this one if Willie, Widdershins, had, had indeed heard every word he said in the hog's head. There was simply no escaping it. No escaping it. Oh, said Pudge, bouncing up and down on the balls of his feet again. Yes, 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 yes. Do let's hear the latest cock and bull story designed to pull trouble out of trouble. Go on then, Dumbledore. Go on, Willie. Widdershins was lying. Was he, or was it Potter's identical twin in the hog's head that day? Or is there the usual simple, excellent, the usual, the, the usual simple explanation involving a reversal of time, a dead man coming back to life, and a couple of invisible dementors. Percy Weasley let out a hearty laugh. A hearty laugh. Oh, very good, Minister, very good. Harry could have kicked him. Then he saw, to his astonishment, that Dumbledore was smiling gently too. Dolores, I do not deny, no, and not, nor. I am sure, does Harry, that he was in the hog's head that day. Nor that he was trying to recruit students to a defense against the Dark Arts group. I am merely pointing out that Dolores is quite wrong to suggest that a group such a group was at that time illegal. If you remember, the ministry degree banishing all students societies was not put into effect until 2 days after Harry's Hogsmeade meeting, so he was not breaking any rules in the Hogshead at all. At all. Percy looked as though he had been struck in the face by something very heavy. Fudge remained motionless amid bounds, his mouth hanging open. Umbridge recovered first. That's all very well. That's all. Very fine, headmaster, she said, smiling sweetly. But we are now nearly 6 months on from the introduction of educational degree number 24. And the first meeting was not illegal. All those that have happened since. Most certainly are. Well, said Dumbledore, surveying her with polite interest over the top of his interlocked fingers. They certainly would be if they had continued after the degree came into effect. Do you have any evidence that these meetings continued? As Dumbledore spoke, Harry heard a rustle behind him, and rather thought, King, Sley whispered something. He he could have sworn too that he felt something brush against the side of junk or something, like a draft or bird wings. But looking down, he saw nothing there. Evidence, repeated Umbridge, with an horrible wide, toad-like smile. Or have you not? Or have you not been listening, Dumbledore? Why do you think Miss 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 EDGECOMBE is here? Oh 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 oh! Can she? Oh, she tell us about 6 months worth of meetings, said Dumbledore, raising his eyebrows. I was under the impression that she was merely reporting a meeting tonight. Tonight, Miss EDGECOMBE, said Umbridge. One. Tell us how long these these meetings have been going on, dear. You can simply nod or shake your head. I am sure that won't make the spots worse. Have they been happening regularly over the last 6 months? Harry felt a horrible plummeting in his stomach. This was it. They had hit a dead end, a solid evidence that not even Dumbledore would be in, that not even Dumbledore would be able to shift a side. Just nod or shake your head, dear, Umbridge said coaxingly. 2. MARIETTA, come on, come on now. I won't. Activate the jinx further. The jinx further. The jinx further. Everyone in the room was gazing at the top of MARIETTA Potter's face. Only her eyes were visible between the pulled up robes and her curly fringe. Perhaps it was a trick of the firelight, but her eyes looked oddly blank. And then, to Harry's utter amazement, MARIETTA shook her head. Umbridge looked quickly at Fudge and then back at MARIETTA. I don't think you understood the question, did you, dear? I am asking whether you have been going to these meetings for the past 6 months. You have, haven't you? Haven't you? Again, MARIETTA shook her head. What do you mean by shaking your head, dear? Said Umbridge in a testy voice. I would have thought her meaning was quite clear, said Professor McGonagall harshly. There have been no secret meetings for the past 6 months. Is that correct, Miss EDGECOMBE? MARIETTA nodded. But there was a meeting tonight, said Umbridge curiously. There was a meeting, Miss. There was a meeting. There was a meeting, Miss EDGECOMBE. You told me about it in the room of requirement, and Potter was the leader, was he not? Potter organized it. Potter, why are you shaking your head for? Your head go. Well, usually when a person shakes their head, said McGonagall coldly, they mean no. So unless Miss EDGECOMBE is using a form of a sign language as yet unknown to humans, Professor Umbridge sees Marietta portal around the face her and began shaking off very hard as split. Second later, Dumbledore was on his feet, his one ways. Kingsley started forward and Umbridge leapt back from Marietta, waving her hands in the air as though they had been bombed. I cannot allow you to manhandle my students, to manhandle my students, Dolores, said Dumbledore, and for the very first time he looked angry. He looked angry. You want to calm yourself, Madame Umbridge, said Kingsley in his deep, slow voice. You don't want to get yourself into trouble now. No, said Umbridge breathlessly, glancing up at the towering figure of Kingsley. I mean, yes, you were right. Shacklebolt, I forgot myself. Marietta was standing exactly where Umbridge had released her. She seemed neither perturbed by Umbridge's sudden attack nor relieved by her release. She was still clutching her, her robe up to her oddly blank eyes, staring straight ahead of her. A sudden, a sudden suspicion connected to Kingsley's whisper and the thing he had felt shot past him, sprang into Harry's mind. Dolores Savage, with the air of trying to settle something once and for all. The meeting tonight, the one we know definitely happened. Yes, said Umbridge, pulling herself together. Yes, well, Miss Edgecomb tipped me off, and I proceeded at once to the seventh floor, accompanied by certain trustworthy students, so as to catch those in the meeting red-handed. It appears that they were forewarned of my arrival. However, because when we reached the seventh floor, they were running in every direction. It does not matter how. However, I have all their names here. Miss Parkinson ran into the room of requirement for me to see if they had left anything behind. We needed evidence, and the room provided, and to Harry's horror, she withdrew from her pocket the list of names that had been pinned upon the room of requirements wall and handed it to Fudge. The moment I saw Potter's name on the list, I knew what we were dealing with, she said softly. Excellent, said Fudge, a smile spreading across his face. Excellent, Dolores. And by thunder, he looked up at Dumbledore, who was still standing beside Marietta, his, his wand held loosely in his hand. So, see what? See what? They have named themselves Savage quietly. Dumbledore's army. Dumbledore reached out and took the piece of parchment from Fudge. He gazed at the heading, by the heading, scribbled by Hermione months before, and for a moment seemed unable to speak. Then he looked up, smiling. Well, the game is up, he said simply. Would you like a written confession from a Colossus, or will a statement before these witnesses suffice? Harry saw McGonagall and Kingsley look at each other. There was fear in both faces. He did not understand what was going on, and neither apparently did Fudge. Statements of Fudge slowly. What? I don't. Dumbledore's army, Colossus, said Dumbledore, still smiling, as he read the list of names before Fudge's face. Not Potter's army, Dumbledore's army. But, understanding blazed suddenly on Fudge's face. He took a horrified step backward, yelped, and jumped out of the fire again. You? He whispered, stamping again on his smoldering cloak. That's right, said Dumbledore pleasantly. You organized this? I did, said Dumbledore. You recruited these students for your army tonight. Was supposed to be the first meeting, said Dumbledore. Nodded. Merely to see whether they would be interested in joining me. I see now that it was a mistake. I now see that it was a mistake to invite Miss EDGECOMBE. Of course, Marietta nodded. Fudge looked from her to Dumbledore, his chest swelling. Then you have been plotting against me, he yelled. That's right, said Dumbledore cheerfully. No, shouted Harry. Kingsley flashed a look of warning at him. McGonagall widened her eyes threateningly. But it had suddenly dawned upon Harry what Dumbledore was about to do, and he could not let it happen. No, Professor Dumbledore, be quiet, Harry, or I am afraid. You will have to leave my office, said Dumbledore calmly. Yes, shut up, Potter, barked Fudge, who was still ogling Dumbledore with a kind of horrified delight. Well. I came here tonight expecting to expel Potter, and instead you get to arrest me, said Dumbledore, smiling. It's like losing a Canuck and finding a gallon, isn't it? Weasley, cried Fudge, now positively quivering with delight. Weasley, have you written it all down? Everything, he said. His confession. Have you got it? Yes, sir. I think so, sir, said Percy eagerly, whose nose was splattered with ink from the speed of his note taking. The bit about how he's been trying to build up an army against the ministry, how he's been working to destabilize me. Yes, sir. I have got it. Yes, said Percy, scanning his notes joyfully. Very well then, said Fudge, now radiant with glee. Duplicate your notes, Weasley, and send a copy to the Daily Prophet at once. If we send a fast hour, we should make the morning edition. Percy dashed from the room, slamming the door behind him, and Fudge turned back to Dumbledore. You will now Be escorted back to the ministry, where you will be formally charged and then sent to Azkaban to await trial. To await trial. Ah, said Dumbledore gently. Yes, yes. I thought we might hit that little snag. Snag, said Fudge's voice, still vibrating with joy. I see no snag, Dumbledore. Well, said Dumbledore. Well, said Dumbledore, apologetically. I am afraid I do. I do. Oh, really? Well, it's just that you seem to be labeling under the delusion that I am going to what is the phrase come quickly. I am afraid I am not going to come to come quietly at all, Carolus. I have absolutely no intention of being sent to Azkaban. I could break out, of course, but what? But what? A waste of time, and frankly, I can think of a whole host of things I would rather be doing. I would rather be doing. Umbridge's face was growing steadily redder. She looked as though she was being filled with boiling water. Fudge stared at Dumbledore with a very silly expression on his face, as though he had just been stunned by a sudden blow and could not quite, and could not quite but believe it had happened. He made a small choking noise and then looked around at Kingsley and the man with short gray hair, who alone of everyone in the room had remained entirely silent so far. So far, the latter gave Fudge a reassuring nod and moved forward a little, away from the wall. Harry saw his hand drift almost casually toward his pocket. Don't be silly, Dawlish, said Dumbledore kindly. I am sure you are an excellent Aurora. I seem to remember that you achieved outstanding in all you NEWTs. But if you attempt to bring me in by force, I will have to hurt you. To hurt you. To hurt you. The man called Devilish blinked, looking rather foolish. He looked toward Fudge again, but this time seemed to be hoping for a clue as to what to do next. So, snapped Fudge, recovering himself, you intend to take on Dawlish, Shacklebolt, Dolores, and myself single-handed. Do you, Dumbledore? Merlin spared no, said Dumbledore, smiling. Not unless you are foolish enough to force me to. He will not be he will not be single-handed, said Professor McGonagall loudly, plunging her hand inside her robes. Oh yes, he will, Minerva, said Dumbledore sharply. Hogwarts needs you. Needs you. Enough of this rubbish, said Fudge, pulling out his own wand. Dawlish, Shacklebolt, take him. Take him. A streak of silver light flashed. Around the room there was a bang like a gunshot, and the floor trembled. A hat? a hand grabbed the scalp of Harry's neck and forced him down on the floor. As a second silver flash went off, several other portraits yelled, Froggies screeched, and a cloud of dust filled the air, coughing. In the dust, Harry saw a dark figure fall to the ground with a crash in front of him. There was a shriek and a thud, and somebody cried, No! Then the sound of breaking glass, frantically scuffling footsteps, a groan, and silence. Harry struggled around to see who was half strangling him, and saw Professor McGonagall crouched beside him. She she had forced both him and Marietta out of harm's way. That was still floating gently down through the air onto them. Panting slightly, Harry saw a very tall figure moving toward them. Are you all right? Said Dumbledore. Yes, said Professor McGonagall. Yes, said Professor McGonagall, getting up and dragging Harry and Marietta with her. The dust was clearing. The wreckage of the office loomed into view. Dumbledore's desk had been overturned. Spinely, all of the spinely tables had been knocked to the floor. The silver instruments and pieces fudged, on which Kingsley and Dawlish lay motionless on the floor. Fox the Phoenix soared in wide circles above them, singing softly. Unfortunately, I had to hex Kingsley too, or it would have looked very suspicious, said Dumbledore in a low voice. He was remarkably quick on the uptake. Mortifying miss. EDGCOMB purposes memory. Like that while everyone was looking the other way. Thank him for me, won't you? Minerva now. They will. They will all awake very soon, and it will be best if they do not know that we had time to communicate. You must act as though no time has passed, as though they were merely knocked to the ground. They were not. Remember. Where will you go? Dumbledore whispered. Professor McGonagall. Grimmauld, please. Oh no, said Dumbledore with a grand smile. With a grand smile. I am not leaving to go into hiding. Fudge would soon wish he never dislodged me from Hogwarts. I promise you, Professor Dumbledore, Harry began. He did not know what to say first. How sorry he was that he had started the DA in the first place and caused all this trouble. How terrible he felt that Dumbledore was leaving to save him from expulsion, but Dumbledore cut him off before he could say another word. Listen to me, Harry, he said urgently. You must study OCCLUMENCECY as hard as you can. Do you understand me? Do everything Professor Snape tells you. And practice it, particularly every night before sleeping, so that you can close your mind to bad dreams. You will understand why soon enough. But you must promise me. The man called Dawlish was stirring. Dumbledore seized Harry's wrist. Remember, close your mind. But as Dumbledore's fingers closed over Harry's skin, a pain shot through the scar on his forehead, and he felt again that terrible snake-like longing to strike Dumbledore, to bite him, to hurt him. You will understand, whispered Dumbledore. Fox circled the office and swooped low over him. Dumbledore released Harry, raised his hand, and grasped the phoenix. Long golden tail. There was a flash of fire, and the pair of them had gone. Where is he? Yelled Fudge, pushing himself up from the ground. Where is he? I don't know, shouted Kingsley, also leaping to his feet. He can't have done. Well, he can't have. Disappeared, cried Umbridge. You can't. You can. Inside the school, the stairs cried Dawlish, and he flung himself upon the door, wrenched it open, and disappeared, followed closely by Kingsley and Umbridge. Fudge hesitated, then got to his feet slowly, brushing dust from his front. There was a long and painful silence. Well, Minerva, said Fudge hastily, straightening his own. Short sleeve, I'm afraid this is the end of your friend Dumbledore. You think so, do you? Said Professor McGonagall scornfully, but seemed not to hear her. He was looking around at the wrecked office. A few other portraits hissed at him, one or two even made rude hand gestures. You better get those two off to bed, said Fudge, looking back at Professor McGonagall with a dismissive nod toward Harry and Marietta. She said nothing but marched Harry and Marietta to the door. As it swung closed behind them, Harry heard Phineas Nigellus as popular as his voice. You know, Minister, I disagree with Dumbledore on many counts, but you can't deny he's got style. That's the end of chapter 27. Chapter 27. Bye bye.